our final guest today has always had a passion for fashion.
As a judge on the X Factor panel, she wows us week after week with her classy outfits and cool hairstyles.
And she always looked the part as she rode charts in her other role as a successful pop artist. The X Factor 2010 is
The collection has been restored. The action has been phenomenal. The winner of the L Style Award is my little sister, Dannii Minogue. I'm a very lucky girl. Oh, and Dannii Minogue joins us now. It is so lovely to see you. Thank you for having me on. Oh, it's lovely to have you here. And you're here because we just want to do baby chat. I know, do that after. Let's do this bit. Gossip afterwards. But this is your book, Love My Style, Love Your Style. And I think the best way to describe this is it's kind of like what a recipe book is for cooking. This is for fashion. Yeah, it is kind of. I mean, I think there's people that are born with style. Yeah. And I'm not one of them. You know, I've made all the mistakes along the way, and I've met incredible people from, you know, starting work at 7 years old, with working with wardrobe departments, working with stylists, my grandma teaching me how to sew, and now having fashion label Project B. I'm immersed in it all the time, and it's such a big part of my life. Whether I'm just walking down the street to get a loaf of bread, it's like, I actually made a fashion mistake. And yes, I normally do, but the fun is in trying to get it right, and when you do, reveling in that moment. But I also enjoy being at home on the farm with the family in, you know, the old tracksuit bottoms, the Ugg boots, and jumpers that I keep that have holes in them, just to remind you that it's all is normal. So do you think you can teach someone style? Or do you think it's kind of an innate thing? I think that it's got to come from within you. It's very hard when people plaster style on you, and you can tell that a lot of the time when people are styled up to the hill. But you can work with someone and they can teach you those tools for getting it right and just making it easier. And I mean, becoming a mum, that's been a big part of it. You just need to simplify everything. It has to be easier. You want to look the same, but it's just got to be done really quickly. Yeah.
So when you were younger, there was a first time you would have played with fashion style was the dressing up box, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Dress up box at home. And then I was working on TV in Australia as a kid, so we had costumes every week. And everything was like bedazzled with like jewels, and it was like lycra and neon colours. But yeah, I mean, I guess my style has evolved, but it took me a long time. I think it's just about 30 I started to feel comfortable with myself, what I liked, what I didn't like. And turning 40 next month, I'm just like, okay, now I am comfortable. Well, you had a really tough time because obviously 80s fashion is tricky at the best of times. So not only were you trying to sort of, you know, work and have this career and sort of style up 80s in Australia, you then had to do 80s, you know, Japan version, 80s British version, and so you're going from country to country, basically just having clothes thrown at you going, does this work? I don't know. Yeah, and then pop shoots back then, there was all the pop magazines in all the different countries, and they all wanted these crazy different shoots every time. So it was a lot of fun and a lot of embarrassing moments, but it's nice now to just go, you know, I'm a mum, I've got a fashion label, and this is my style.
And short hair.
Short hair, which again was just being a mum. I went to my hairdresser and I said, I need to do my hair in 5 seconds, and it wasn't long enough to put in a ponytail, which I'm sure you do when you're at home, just way out up in a ponytail. So I had to go shorter, but it's kind of liberating. Thank you. I mean, there was so much focus on your hair, and when you first had the bob on it, it hasn't done right. I don't know how you keep it so versatile for short hair, because you always think, well, if it's short, you just kind of, it is what it is, but not for you somehow. Well, I think I know one style to do with it, but obviously when I work with amazing hairdressers, they do amazing things with it. So yeah, this isn't my work.
You still have to juggle with the telly and the family as well, don't you? Because you've done Australia's Got Talent now. You right from the word go.
Yeah,
original judge.
Yeah.
And so there were rumours that it was going to transfer over here, and you're going to do Britain's Got Talent. Your expertise as a judge. So do we know whether can you comment on that?
Well, actually, I've got got no TV booked in at the moment. It's just all my fashion line, my fashion book to the end of the year. There's lots of options, there's lots of things
So
happening.
it may not be booked in, but is it being discussed?
There's lots of things being discussed.
Okay.
You know what's nice is that it's been an incredible reaction since the rumours are out. You know, I'm always reading what my fans are saying on Twitter, and they're saying, you know, we'd love you to be there, we want to see you back on TV, we're missing your clothes. But I mean, reading that is so beautiful, and yeah, I have to make a decision soon. But I guess it's been a time for me to be back at home and really have family time, which I haven't had for a few years. So
Now you can do your baby talk.
yes, baby. I mean, how's it all going? Are you loving it? I love it. He can blow me kisses and he says, Mum. And I've had one old story though. Yeah, that was leaving hospital. And I've had one big scream where I got the where it just goes on forever, and I thought, oh god, that's it now. That's it.
So you've eaten, of course.
Yeah.
You've won now, yeah?
Yeah, it's wrong.
And I suppose it must be difficult for you to leave home and do jobs overseas.
It's hard. This is my first big trip away, and so I had to get like the iPhone where we do video calls and stuff like that. I actually have to see what he's up to, and morning and night we do calls, but there was a time difference. You've got a few hours at each end of the day, and that's it. And the rest of the day you can't just sort of pick up the phone to go to sleep. And what about anymore? Are you thinking, I mean, are you tempted? I get really cocky when I see little babies. Yeah. I'm asking everyone, what's it like with two? What's it like with two? Well, the thing is, I think once you sort of make that time for one, I think your whole life changes to the first one. It's completely different. But once you're doing it, two actually sort of adds to it, I think. I mean, obviously, well, my brother's got two, and they've said, you know, it's just great seeing interactions between them. Yeah, it's lovely. Yeah. And have you, I mean, you've only been here, how long have you been over here? A couple of weeks. Couple of weeks. Yeah. So have you managed to see any of the X Factor this year? I've seen one tiny bit, and the hysterical thing was, I was just flicking through the TV in the daytime, so it was a repeat. Yeah. And I saw the bit where John came back, and he was in my judge's home. That's right, yeah. And I turned him away. So they showed that, and then they showed him come back on the sing like the most incredible song. I was like, okay.
Well, his style's really developed.
Yeah, I mean, he's worked really hard, and it's often the people that say no to you in this industry that make you as good as you are. And I hope that it gave him something to help him to get to where he is now, because it's a hard one. You get your category, and you just think you're not going to stand up against the other kids in that category today. But maybe next year, we say that a lot. Come back next year.
Talking about John Wilding, and he is, of course, the judge's house this weekend.
Yes.
So we'll find out whether it happens again to him or whether he manages to get through.
We seem to have some real spark
Do you miss
this year. It's hard because I'm so passionate about like the contestants, and I love the mentoring bit. But you know, just balancing everything with family and home. I am enjoying being at home.
Well, you look absolutely
You really
fantastic.
do.
What did you do with the book?
Oh, yes. Keep going it.
That's what we're talking about.
Beautiful picture.
Thank you very much.
Lovely to see you. On tomorrow's show, the Queen of Lean, Rosie Colony pops in.
And Albert Square's Vanessa Gold, actress Zoe Lucker will also be here. Have a great day out in the sunshine if you've got it.
Lovely.
Bye.